Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syarif Nabil. I'm from A3 class, and today I want to make a video about I explain my summarize from ELT curriculum class, and I will answer the question that given to me. As our semester end, I will share the important stuff I learned in our English teaching class. First, we learn to plan how we teach English, kinda like drawing a map for learning it. we learn we learned way like communicative language teaching (CLT) and task-based language teaching (TLBLT). It helped me see the big picture of teaching English. Next, we explore different ways to teach English like audiolingual and grammar translation. It was cool to see how these ways change how we learn and teach English. I realized how crucial it is to make learning English practical and meaningful. Then, we discovered making cool stuff from our English classes like books, material. We learn to keep things simple, clear, and use picture and videos. Also, using tech can make learning more fun and effective. We also learn how to check how well we learn English. We got to know different tests and way to give a feedback. It makes me see how everything fits together to check if we're doing okay. Lastly, we peek into how education in Indonesia changed over time. It was fascinating to see how it began and changed till now. Learning about the different curriculums in Indonesia help us understand education today. During this time, I feel like solving puzzle, putting all I learned together. I pick up making good plans for teaching, tried new tech, and learned more about education in Indonesia. This class was super helpful, and I can't wait to see us to use what I learned as an English teacher in the future. Comparing to English language teaching approach method that have been used in Indonesia and worldwide, analyze the two teaching approach methods and identify similarity and difference between the two approach methods. Also add explanation in what situation they are useful. Two ways to teach English are communicative language teaching (CLT) and task-based language teaching (TLBLT). Let's look at both. Communicative language teaching. What it is? CLT is about talking and using English in real life. It helps us learn by taking and doing things. What is good for? It's good for talking and listening in English, especially for situations like work or travel. People everywhere use CLT to talk and learn in English. Sometimes it's hard to do CLT in place with fewer things to learning. Task-based language teaching (TLBLT). TLBLT is about doing things use English. It helps us learn by doing tasks like solving problems. It's good for learning English in a way that helps us in real life. People in many places use TLBLT to learn by doing tasks in English. It might be harder to do TLBLT in some places that don't have many things for learn. To sum up, both CLT and TLBLT are used in Indonesia and other places. They help us learn English by talking, doing tasks, and using English in real life. But sometimes it's harder to do this way of teaching in place with fewer things to help learn with. In the period of 1918 up to now, communicative language teaching (CLT) has been claimed to be used in teaching English in Indonesia. Why can CLT stand for a long period of time? How was CLT developed since then? Communicative language teaching (CLT) has been used to teach English in Indonesia since the 1980s. CLT is about making sure people can talk in real life situations, which is really important for learning a language well. In Indonesia, teachers use CLT to help students learn how to talk and communicate in English. But sometimes it's hard because of cultural difference and teachers needing more training and help. Even though CLT has been around for a while in Indonesia and helps students talk better, there are still some problems. Some students finish high school but find it tricky to talk in real life situations. To fix it, experts say we need more research and training to make CLT work even better in Indonesia. So, CLT is great for learning how to talk. But in Indonesia, we need more help and research to make it work even better. Compare curriculum 2006 and curriculum 2013. Analyze the two curriculum and identify similarity and difference between the two curricula and explain why curriculum 2006 was replaced by curriculum 2013. The 26 and 2013 education plans in Indonesia are two different versions of how students learn. Let's look at how they similar and different. The similarities. Both plans want to make sure students learn what the country needs them to know. They both also focus on teaching value important to Indonesian way of life. The differences. The 26 plan care more about social and character stuff, while the 20 and 13 plan want to balance things, moving, and attitude. The 20 and 13 plan is a bit more complicated because it wants students to take charge of their learning. In 20 and 13, they check what student knows, what they can do, and how they behave. But in 26, it was simpler. They switched to the 20 and 13 plan because it suits the 21st century better and change it how we teach and learn. The reason they switched to the 20 and 13 plan is to keep up with what society needs now, what students need, and all the cool new things we're learning. But it's been tricky making it work because teachers need more training and have to use a new way of teaching alongside the old one. Maybe that's all for me. Thank you and goodbye.